Sorry. Welcome to the Page Unified School District School Board meeting. We are going to start here at 5 o'clock. We'll start with our roll call.
Bob Candelaria.
Ed Franklin.
Dee McCurry.
Rob Varner, Superintendent.
Desiree Fowler, School Board President, and also Lynn Huffman is joining us. And then Sandra is out of the country at the moment. But we appreciate your presence. Thank you for coming. And we're going to go right in and take a moment of silence. Go ahead and join us. Okay, thank you. Item C, I'm going to have Lynn Huffman lead us in our Pledge of Allegiance, so I ask you all to stand. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you, Lynn.
Yeah, they took it person to determine.
Item D, approval of agenda.
I move we approve the agenda.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. On to announcement and comments. We don't have any blue cards, correct? Okay. Recognition and approval of donation to the Page Unified School District, and this will be done by Rob Varner.
Well, we'd like to thank the following folks for their donations. $25 from Janice Prather to Manson Mesa. Another $25 from Janice Prather from Manson Mesa for the cost of some PE equipment. Donation of $100 from Alex Shockley to the Page High School Auto Collusion Club. Donation of $300 from Napa Auto Parts to the PHS Auto Collusion Club to assist Levi's Telshaw's travel expenses to compete at the national level in Kentucky. And thank you to Cicely Rankin for a donation of a trombone to the Page Middle School Band Program. Thank you, folks.
Do we have a motion?
I move we approve the donations.
A second? Second by Dee McCurry. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion passed anonymously. And then moving along to our executive session.
Statement, okay then.
Do we have a motion to go into executive session?
I make a motion to go into executive session. I second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Yeah, just.
Now you can review your After reviewing the documents presented and the discussions with students and families, the governing board has approved to permit student C to re-enroll in the Page Unified School District role. Student C stayed enrolled with the district to begin attending classes in August 2018 for the 2018-2019 school year. And then they
Thank you, Mom and Dad.
Thank you.
Good luck, Shanti.
Not here.
Virginals is here in anticipation of translating, but they are.
Same drill.
I make a motion to go into the executive session.
Aye.
Good. Okay, after reviewing the documents presented to us and discussion with the student and family, the board has decided to allow student expel student B for the remainder of the semester and an additional 2 complete semesters or August 2019. If student B so desires near the end of the school semester, student B may petition the board for readmittance by written application. Now we're moving on to item 5, correct? Moving along to item 5, we are going to go ahead and do our governing board reports, and we'll start with Bob.
It's hot. That's my report.
Nothing. D?
Yes. Last week I attended a leadership workshop for school board and Flagstaff. And like Bob would always say, they have some very outstanding keynote speakers. In this case, there was one that I attended. The topic was, you're just where you need to be to lead. That means many of us here in the room. Just in one big capsule, I like to say the influence is very challenging. And it lists about 8 bullets in talking about the relationship when you lead. One is to build relationship on trust. Nurturing, care about people as individuals. Next is faith, believe in people, with people that you work with. And then listening is just so valuable. Sometimes we say so much, never give the person the opportunity to say much. Value what others have to say. Next is understanding, see from that point of view. What's their point of view? Enlarging, help others become bigger, not always be the me. Navigating, assist others through difficulties, trying times. Connecting, initiate positive relationships because they'll go a long way. Last, it talks about empowerment. Give them the power to lead. Thank you.
I also attended the leadership conference last week as well, which is very interesting, and I thought what I took away from it all was just the networking that Dee and I were able to do, and we met some amazing people and just kind of got a good broad view of how things are situated in their school compared to our school, and where we could better improve our school if we were to do this, or just different topics. And that's what I always enjoy, is just getting to meet new people and just making sure that we're on top of our game here. But all in all, I appreciate that I was able to attend the leadership conference, and that is all I have. So we'll give the floor to Dr. Varner.
I want to start saying happy birthday to my bride. She's, I think she turned 35 today, so happy birthday to her. Also, happy anniversary to my bride, which is Saturday, 28 years of marriage, and then happy Father's Day to all you guys out there who are dads. Just went to the same conference for a Impact Aid meeting. It was outstanding. The presenter from Washington, D.C. really laid out a lot of information for us that we were able to take back. Had a great, want to thank Jeannie, Nancy, and Terry, organizing a great admin retreat. 2 days. I gave you kind of a little glimpse on the my superintendent report. Fantastic 2 days, and a lot of work for us to do, a lot of learning that we did. So it was great. So thank you guys. And it's hot. There you go. Enjoy the lake. Thank you.
You're welcome. We don't have anything for unfinished business, so we'll move right along to item 7, governing board consent agenda. And I would like to ask Ed to read, or do we need to go in a motion? Consent agenda, yes, and I'll have Ed read that.
Okay, cover consent meeting. All right. A copy of the consent agenda, if available at the district administrator office, all items listed will be considered as a unit by the governing board and will be approved with one motion. There will not be a separate discussion of these items unless a board member requests, in which case the item will be removed from the consent agenda and considered as a separate item.
Do we have a motion?
I move we approve the consent agenda.
Second?
I second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Pass. Okay, moving along to item 8, calendar of events, and we all have a calendar. So we have a governing board study session, work and study session, June 26, 2018 at 5 p.m. July 10, 2018, special meeting, public hearing, and regular meeting at 4 p.m. August 7, 2018, first day of school. And we do have a meet and greet this Friday, correct?
This Friday at Shabakin, and again on Tuesday at Coppermine. Is there Shabakin, thank you. So Shabakin on Friday, and just move it next Tuesday, or the next upcoming meet and greets.
Okay. That is our event calendar.
We're rolling out Friday morning at 8 our time, I believe. 8 o'clock. Take the party bus out to Shabakin.
Right, moving along to item 9, additional agenda items. Item A, Mansa Mesa High School Student Handbook for 2018-2019 school year. Dr. Varner.
Madam,
We have
this is
a
an action
motion.
item. I move that we approve the Manson Mesa High School handbook.
Do you have a second? Second by Dee, and all in favor? Aye.
We need discussion,
Sorry,
Madam.
discussion.
So again, Manson Mesa, we allowed them to wait till their handbook to be approved due to the hiring of Mary Stahl, the new director. She was able to go through the handbook. You see a lot of the highlighted things are processes and procedures, and of course A+ is no longer a viable option for them, so they had to make some changes for Edgenuity coming on board, and I appreciate her and Janice getting together, sitting down, and going through that and creating a new handbook. So my recommendation is approve the handbook as submitted.
Any questions? All right, all in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Okay, motion passed. Item B, administrative performance pay for 2017-2018 school year. Dr. Varner?
Make a motion.
Oh, I'm sorry. Do you have a motion?
Make a motion that the governing board approve the payment of the administrative performance pay for 2017.
Do we have a second motion?
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Discussion first.
Oh, I'm sorry, discussion. Sorry.
You must be hungry.
So this explanation was clearly defined in the superintendent's report. There was a total of $13,800 as a payout based on performance goals, as well as other items that were part of that. So my recommendation is to continue to pay out the $13,800 to administrators in our school district.
Do we have any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Yeah. Okay, yes. Motion passed. Okay, moving along to item C, teacher performance pay for the 2017-2018 school year. Do we have a motion?
I make a motion that we approve the teacher performance pay for 2017/2018.
I second.
Dr. Varner?
Building goals pay, correct?
Teacher
It's performance.
Teacher performance pay.
That is-
Okay, so you were updated, with the list of performance pay for teachers based on highly effective and effective is the qualifiers for performance pay. It came out of a bucket of money of $167,000, and based on their performance, it's divided up among the groups. And you're approving the list, that Jeannie Wood put together and, provided to us tonight.
Okay, Robert, some of these I have seen, especially, I see zero behind some of them, which means they're not getting anything.
That means they did not,
Okay.
they were not effective or highly effective on their final evaluation.
And those evaluations, were they reviewed by you, final lesson?
The final view went through a process. You have the evaluation, you have data, and then you have their two goals that they set. And based on the formula, determine your number. And if your number was above, I believe 70, you were effective. Above 80 was highly effective. Anything under that was developing, and we did have some teachers below that were marked ineffective.
Okay.
Do we have any other questions?
No.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. That motion passed. Item D, building goal pay for the 2017-2018 school year. Do we have a motion?
I move we approve the building goal pay for a 17-18 school year.
Second? Second by Dee. Dr. Varner?
So you were given this spreadsheet as well. Each building had set 3 goals. Most buildings had math goal, ELA goal. 5 out of the 6 buildings, all 6 buildings had a Friday afternoon PLC goal. And so based on each goal was worth $500, and the preschool met all 3 goals, Lakeview met all 3 goals, Desert View met 1 goal, Page Middle School met 1 goal and partially met a second, Manson Mesa High School met 2 goals and partially met 1, and Page High School met 1 goal. Therefore, that's the payout that you see on those sheets and the people that would receive those.
Questions? No? All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion passed. Item E, Governor's 1.0% increase for teachers. Do we have a motion?
I move we approve the governor's 1.06 increase to teachers.
Second?
I second it.
Dr. Varner?
So I gave you an explanation in my superintendent report of why we need to pay the 1.06%. It was an oversight, so I'm bringing that to the board for approval tonight.
Any questions?
No.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion passed. Item F, definition of a teacher. Do we have a motion?
I make a motion that we approve the definition of a teacher.
Second?
Second that motion.
You may have to revise that motion after you decide what you want to include within the definition of teacher, which you
Dr. Varner?
So you received a lot of information on this one. We had a study session on this one, and based on the feedback I got, I sent you an email yesterday. My recommended teacher definition is certificated teachers, certified teachers, and other employed to provide instruction to students on matters related to the school's educational mission are eligible for the increase in compensation. The second part of that is the spirit of the governor's proposal is to compensate teachers or those with teacher certifications or similar college certifications. So therefore, you receive three different categories to look at. One, what I like to call category one, are teachers within the classroom that provide direct instruction and take attendance. This would include regular classroom teachers, CTE teachers, reading specialists, and special ed teachers. And then there was category two, which I guess was termed as gray area teachers, those who are one step away from the classroom, counselors, psychologists, or student achievement teachers who provide support to teachers, and I believe there's OT, PT, speech paths, and I broke that down in my superintendent report as well. Then you have category three, which I would call, they are certificated. All of them, to get to their positions, had to be a certified teacher at one time, and they evaluate teachers. So my recommendation is, as you see in front of you, is to, with compensation, and the dollar amounts are behind it. So this can definitely change to anything that the board would like to do. This is only a recommendation from me, and I provided the total budget information on the second page of that document. And I also include the classified directors' raises as well as classified hourly raises as part of that document on the second page. Any discussions, questions?
Okay, my biggest thing, and I know you mentioned one would be based off which option you go with, but just have an example. We go with option one, funding wise, because I know based off what the governor said, we're going to get a certain percent of funding. So based off of that, we'll be able to afford category one as an example. I think category one kind of includes everyone almost. Well, not everyone.
It includes all teachers.
Yes, all teachers.
That
yeah.
Regular and special ed teachers are directly with students 80% of the time. You see at the very top of the salary information, the new revenue, that is the monies that came in from the governor, the $937,000. I've asked Mr. Dickerson to include our district additional assistance because we can take some funding out of that. We prefer not to because it goes to our capital, but as you see through the mathematics there, what's remaining at the final number for our district additional assistance is
I think at this time, looking at what we've been covering these last few months regarding our budget, I'd like to also recommend option one, where we have teachers that are directly involved with student learning.
so only option one,
Yes.
not category 2 or 3.
One.
Okay.
When we look at your recommendation, it's spread out a lot more than just the option one.
Correct.
And when you get down to a determination of, I like to hear the term budget neutrality, and if we're close when we take on your recommendation, then it's always nice if we can,
would always want to give Mr. Dickerson more money
no, I understand.
for other projects. My recommendation, based on the governor's money, is pretty close to neutral.
Okay.
But then you add in the classified dollars, and then kind of. But remember, we have already approved
We've already, right,
2%
correct.
for all at 50 cents.
Right, exactly.
For the classified folks. And next year, classified folks will get $1 due to Proposition 206. So we will begin to cut that out budgetarily wise to encumber that, because we know that's coming. And we also know that 5% is coming
next
from the
year.
governor
Right.
next year. So those are the two things. The first thing we had to do is define who's a teacher and who's not a teacher. So
Right.
I have listed all folks that
All
are
the
certified,
categories. Yeah,
either as a teacher or as certified as a counselor or like positions.
Yeah.
Now, you're welcome to go through there and say this group, that group.
So,
This is my recommendation.
so next year, the federal government will get 5%.
5%.
Correct.
And I think third year will be another 5.
Correct.
Okay, to hit to the 20 mark, right?
That's what my goal was here for the definition, is to hit the 20 mark.
Okay, and based off what you got here on that track, we can hit that.
We hit the 20% for
and-
all teachers that are given direct instructions.
And still hit everybody else and be within with that additional in the budget line, right?
Right, right.
You can assist some, yes.
Okay.
And we've made a commitment for 2% as well.
Already, yeah.
Correct.
Yeah, for every year.
So this is actually an additional 8% on top of the 2% they already received.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I don't know, for me, I'm a penny pincher, and my wife will tell you, but anytime that I can do something to acquire over the course of the next 3 years, I can give something to everyone out there, I think that's a plus for me.
I'll make one other comment as well. I mean, when we just passed on teacher performance, and these are all
Proposition 301.
right.
That's
and,
where all that
and
money goes. Comes from.
we in essence have already defined what teachers' roles are, and in my mind, it does include Category 2, and so I like your recommendation, because, like I said, it does. Everybody's in the same spot. Everyone needs to. Yeah, everyone needs extra money, but everybody deserves the things that that hopefully we can. That's the most important thing in our budget, in my mind, is working with teachers, working with educators, working with those that impact kids, that will help them to be better students as well.
That and we worked really hard the last couple of years to retain.
Yes.
And we're celebrating. Terry and I were, Terry dances on the table a lot when he's happy, and I think we're down to 3 teachers total to hire, and
Yeah, and
he has leads in all 3 of those. Am I correct, Terry?
Right.
Terry, you get those
And-
last 3, lunch on me.
So we worked real hard on this will help. This is helpful.
Yes.
Not only retain but attract. So that's also important too. I took this model I looked at a couple districts. Terry and I looked at a couple districts, and this looks about normal for a couple districts. Some districts didn't have Category 2 or 3. They just gave it all to teachers in the classroom. For other districts, they spread it wide. Some districts only gave 5%. Some districts gave 6%. One district gave 15%, but then again, everyone else was excluded but that one group. So, trying to my best thought. Recommendations, they could be changed. You have the ultimate authority to make your recommendations.
Well, this is one I agree to, Rob. One reason I do is that, it's just not teachers by themselves. It's all the other staff that support those individuals. If we're going to be successful, it's everybody. It's just not one particular group. So
Right.
I think this is what, I like this recommendation.
And I'm very excited to be able to offer the classified folks a 1 year $1, which is about a 7% average raise for them. So, you know, can't do it all in 1 year, but over time you keep looking and trying to find additional funding to support folks that are supporting our kids. So.
I just know we've been thinking about this a lot. We pounded this hard at the work study session as well, and as a result of all the questions, you and
This is a result of a lot of listening and
you and Kevin have gone back and really worked hard at getting
work
us.
with these guys back here.
Yeah, absolutely. So we do appreciate that because we want everyone to understand that they're appreciated for sure. And to your last point, retention's really important here. We've worked hard at it, and I believe this is all part and parcel of it as well. So again, I appreciate what your final product was in terms of recommendation, and so that's my last comment.
All right, so do we have a motion?
Well, I would move that we
Your motion is gonna, if all the board members are in agreement, the motion is gonna be to approve.
Okay,
right to approve the recommendation, right?
so we,
Just all in favor? No, making a
recommendation, okay.
Right.
Go ahead.
Yeah, and I move that we approve the recommendation from Dr. Warner in terms of category 1, 2, and 3, the 8, 3, and 1.
Do we have a second? Second by Dee, and all in favor?
Aye.
Motion passed. Item G, revised job description and employment term for public relation coordinator position. Do we have a motion?
I move we approve the job description for the public relations coordinator.
I
Second?
second it.
Thank you, Ed. Dr. Varner?
Well, John has done an amazing job as our PR coordinator. He has picked up additional work, including updating all websites, social media, building partnership with local media. I appreciate Dee gave me a couple names yesterday that I'll be passing on. He has the skill capacity to research a lot of different things out there that come to our attention. We have found plenty of work for him that would justify a 12-month position, and we hit a home run with this guy. If Lynn wants to add anything in regards to our PR coordinator.
He definitely gives us
Any other questions, discussions? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion passed. Item H, ADE calendar change request for preschool for 2017-18 school year.
I make a motion that we approve the AD calendar change request for preschool for the 2017/18 school year.
Second? Second by Dee. Dr. Varner?
So the preschool currently on a 4-day calendar, but they're underneath the CDSD number of Desert View, which is on a 5-day calendar. Desert View starts at a different time, they have a different schedule, so this will allow us to kind of separate those two out to make sure we're consistent with our funding. So my recommendation is allow the preschool to go to a different calendar track, the Desert View, for consistency in funding, and this would definitely help. But we need school board approval to do so.
Any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passed. Okay, moving along to motion. Item I, revised contract for the superintendent of the Page Unified School District.
Well, I move we approve the contract for the superintendent of Page Unified School District.
I'll second that.
Dr. Varner?
Madam Chair, I request that this item be tabled due to family and personal issues that I would explain to anyone in private.
Okay. All in? Revise, okay, so we need to
I
revise.
will
our
revise the motion from approve to table the motion.
Second,
I second it.
all in favor?
Aye.
Motion passed. Item 10, future agenda item. And we should all have a copy. Does anyone have any questions about our future agenda, future agenda items?
I have just a standing one as usual. Whenever we get results that we can discuss, want to have that in a work study session. So.
Okay, sounds good. Right.
The governor's handbook to review and revise if necessary in 2 weeks.
Okay. Other than that, we don't need a motion to approve this, right? Okay, yeah. Okay, do we have a motion to adjourn?
I move we adjourn.
Do you have a second?
I second it.
We are adjourn this meeting at 6:24.
All in favor, say aye.
All in
Aye.
favor? Aye.
Aye, aye, aye.
Sorry. Yeah, we adjourned this meeting at 6:24.